Hello, I am Stardust the New Whatiffer, and this is What If Naruto Was Accepted? Now, on this one, it's not going to go the same as every other one. It's going to kind of, be more like the village isn't just, like, hey, let's take care of this kid because his father did something. Nah, this one's going to start off with him being hated and then them slowly being like, getting common sense, unlike how they were inside the actual anime. So, yeah. And without further ado, hit that intro.
Let me come back in with some real exclusive shit. Take your index finger, cock it. GDK.
Not Izuku. Naruto, Naruto would have grown up pretty, pretty hated. Actually, to the level that he was inside the original anime. And one day, when he was trying to get a mask, because, well, he saw that everybody else had one, and he wanted one. Someone was like, hey, don't treat the kid like that. As basically, all the parents are looking at that person and they like, look, he was the son of the person that saved us. And also, if we're so afraid of his power, why would we hate him and make his life harder? Except for, you know, treating him like a savior. Because to be honest, if he wouldn't have taken in the Nine Tails, we most likely would have had to fight it for even more hours, and the people that we grow to love now would basically all be gone. As, they all just kind of nodding, agreeing. As, you know, basically the same person says, if we know how it feels to lose someone, imagine if we're having someone to love. As basically, the shopkeeper just kind of nods as Naruto's looking at them confused because he just still doesn't know what's going on. As, you know, they like, you right. Like, we have no real reason to hate him. He's actually technically really saving our lives. As, you know, basically everybody in that area is basically going around, saying the same thing to everybody that treats Naruto badly. Until basically everybody treats Naruto like a normal kid. They're nice to him. Actually, they're nicer. They basically give stuff away for free. Not out of fear, but out of genuine respect. Unlike all these other ones, he doesn't just, have everyone love him off rip. So, Naruto's basically confused on why, everybody's treating him like this. But he ain't complaining. He appreciates it. As he's also stuck with another question. Who saved, the village from a monster? And also, what's happening around here? Obviously, there's a secret being kept from me. As basically, dang, I just realized I say basically a lot. And, you know, he basically starts investigating. And instead of him growing up, a little bit slower than everybody else, he kind of grew up a lot smarter, like using his common sense, except for thinking everything's a joke and, doing bad things to people will make him more popular, or at least make people, you know, acknowledge him. Now he knows, if he if he basically helps out other people, people will help out him, except for treating him like a monster. As basically, Aruka started treating Naruto a lot nicer too. As Aruka basically realizes what Naruto's doing is the same thing that he did when he was little. As except for, him ignoring Naruto and, letting everybody else bully him, the people that still do and are still afraid of him, Aruka sticks up for Naruto. As Naruto really appreciates this, and Aruka becomes kind of like a big brother to Naruto. And Naruto asks Aruka a lot of things, basically studying all of the jutsus that Aruka has. And after a few years, time skip, now he's about the age of 12. And he'd probably, dang, I can't think. He'd probably be able to be on the same skill level, maybe even better than Sasuke. Nah, probably not. He'd probably be a little bit under, Sasuke. So he's like right under Sasuke, and Sasuke doesn't just can't just like beat him easily with no types of using real power like he did inside the anime. As I'm sorry, I'm listening to music and I'm like getting stuck inside of my brain right now. Now, the last day of ninja school, they all do the test as Aruka basically tells Naruto, if you go ahead and steal the scroll of sealing, all the forbidden scroll from the Hokage's office, you'll get extra credit and you'll be able to become a chunin. As Naruto basically acts like, he's a lot stupid, a lot more stupid than he actually is, since he's not the smartest one in his class, but he's also not the most stupid, because they only just started treating him right when he was 7 years old. So he has common sense at this point, but he's like just getting there. As he takes this to the Hokage, as the Hokage basically says, basically act like you stole this scroll from me, and we'll see what Mizuki does. As Naruto does that, and he basically goes running away with it as Mizuki comes in and tells the third Hokage Naruto went and stole the scroll. Now, as he tells the Hokage that, the Hokage basically sends, or quotation marks, sends a bunch of ninjas after Naruto. As basically Mizuki goes running into the woods knowing exactly where Naruto is. As by the time he gets there, Aruka is, basically talking to Naruto, basically like, who told you this information? And I know you're not stupid, so why would you believe this? Now, as he says this, Naruto's kind of like, well, Mizuki sensei told me. Now, as he says this, Aruka looks at him confusingly as Mizuki throws the Demon Wind Shuriken, and except for Aruka dodging with his body, Kakashi comes in and blocks the Shuriken, or basically throws it off its balance, I should say, basically making it hit the ground. As two ninjas come up from behind Mizuki and basically pin him to the ground. As Naruto basically looks at one of the Ijonians, which so happens to be Kakashi, and he high fives them, basically saying, he fell for the plan. Like this was the end goal the entire time. As Aruka's just sitting there confused. As Aruka basically asks what happened, as Kakashi and two of the other Junin basically explained to Aruka that Mizuki was trying to manipulate Naruto to get the scroll of sealing, and what they're guessing, try to make himself stronger and rebel against the village. As more information comes out, and they like, we got to question him, but for right now we gonna take him back to the village and ask him what was he thinking and who is he's working for, and who told him that taking this scroll will make him more powerful. Now, as they say this to Aruka, Aruka basically nods and he looks at Naruto and says, "Good job, Naruto," as he gives Naruto a high five. And he basically, like in canon, gives Naruto his headband and says, "You've officially become a Genin." Or a ninja, he says. As Naruto grabs the headband and puts it on, as he smiles at Aruka, and Aruka basically says, "Come on, Naruto, let's go and get some ramen." Now, this is where I'm going to leave it off. He's going to get a lot more powerful and then inside the canon. And with that said and done, I'll see you guys later. Join the Discord, leave a like, subscribe, do whatever you want. And I'll see you guys later. God bless your souls.
I heard back, Tommy J. Gonna be, I heard back.